Well, hello, folks. I do hope you're well. I really do. Right. I'm going to tell you all something now, something that I think you might find surprising. But I'm also asking a few of you, just a few of you, for some advice, because some of you might know the answer to the question I have. Right. I did a video about 4 or 5 weeks ago now. You may have seen it. You may have seen from this thumbnail. This is part 2 concerning that video. I did a video, and as it turns out, it's the most watched my channel's ever had in the 18-20 months it's been going. More by luck than design, I would suggest. It's been watched over 100,000 times. I don't get many of those, folks. I'm only a little old channel based here in the northwest of England. It was only a very, very short video. Yes, I've earned money from it. My channel is monetised. Some might say I've earned a lot of money from it because it only took about 2.5 minutes to record. I've since heard if you take over 8 minutes, you earn a lot more. But as it turns out, regardless of how many views I've had, this video wouldn't have earned as much as a comparable video about another subject. And therein lies the problem. The subject. It concerned 3 Asian brothers. I thought Pakistani, maybe not, but Asian brothers. It concerned lots of young English girls. It concerned grooming all the way to rape. And it also tackled the fact that the BBC and the press didn't seem to want to let you know a lot about the case. And I also tagged in a gentleman called Tommy Robinson. I did that because I thought it might get more views because he's very much in the news at the moment. I did that because it's a person I'm getting to hear more about over the last 3 or 4 months, and I've done a couple of videos regarding Mr. Robinson. Can't say I know him well. I've never been a supporter. Always believe what the media told me, that he was a baddie or probably a baddie. He's somebody that still splits opinion. But the more and more I've heard on bits I've seen on YouTube and from supporters, makes me think he's not altogether the bad person he's professed to be. I do believe that he cares about young white British girls that are being exploited by Asian grooming gangs. I do believe he's a mouthpiece for them, or was until they locked him up. And as I say, I put his name in the title. The video went out, it'd been running for about 12, 14 hours, 200-300 people had seen it, the norm for me really. And then about 12, 13, 14 hours in, it went mad by my kind of metrics to what I'm normally, I think it got seen by about 6,000 or 7,000 over an hour. I've only seen that 3 times before with videos. And after a couple of days, maybe a little bit more, it was on about 30 or 40,000. But then it carried on and it went over the 100,000 mark in about a week and a half, which for me is absolutely loads, it really is. And it's weird, the video was done 3 or 4 weeks ago. It's still at the moment my most daily watched video. I used to do 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 videos a day. I normally do 2, 3 or 4 now and condense them. I have 3 or 4 stories in one. I cover a massive range of subjects. Something like that is just a little part of what I do. I cover trivial things like showbiz news and so on and so forth, sporting events, sport, politics, although I know nothing about politics and support nobody. I cover anything that I think's newsworthy. I have lots and lots of sources, do 2 or 3 hours research every single day, and whatever I can find that I think's worth talking about, that piques my interest, I come in here and record it. That's what happened about these 3 brothers. I think they were being tried in Preston for stuff they'd done. I think it was in Barrow and Furness and in Leeds, I think, and I might be wrong. And it shocked me because 3 brothers were in it together, grooming and raping young girls. I've never heard such a thing before, where brothers all do it all in one. It seemed weird. Anyway, got watched by a lot of people. I got many brickbats, especially from folk of the Asian persuasion, saying I'm racist and that loads of English folk do all this and that and the other. Well, I say I don't mind the brickbats because that isn't true. I come over any subject on here. Anything I see that I think's wrong or unjust, I cover it. Yesterday, there's a guy that's in the press. He's murdered his partner or ex-partner now, poured lighter fuel on her, petrol on her, set her alight a couple of years ago. He was jailed, I think, for attempted murder. She's since died. It took her 2 years to die. Now they've got him for murder. He's doing 7 years more. I covered that. I cover everything. I'm not in the least bit racist, but I'm not apologising for anything anybody said to me. If you think I am, great. I can live with it. I know I'm not. But I don't believe anybody should groom young kiddies. I don't believe young kiddies anywhere throughout the world should be treated like them kiddies have been treated in Leeds and Bradford. I think it was Leeds and Barrow. I think it was Leeds and Barrow. And I stand up for any girl or woman that's mistreated throughout the world. But I did this video, and it's been watched now by about 145,000 people. Ginormous for me, absolutely ginormous. It's being watched by on average 700-800 people a day. Unheard of for me, totally unheard of. I don't know the way YouTube works, and herein lies the nub. I don't know how they push it, how it works. I don't know how it works at all. I do know my channel's now monetised and you can earn from videos. Before this video, the most I'd ever earned off a video was about 47 quid. I often earn 60 and 70 pence off a video. Some videos, many of the videos I do, I earn nothing off. Many of them. I earn on average anything from about 100 to £150 a month. I'm a small channel, I'm earning next to nothing. This video itself tells me I'm going to earn £145 from it. So it's been watched by 145,000. It looks like I'm earning £145, but I don't know for sure if I am. I didn't get any money off YouTube this month and I couldn't understand it, and I messaged them why, and I think I found out that any month where I'm earning less than 60 quid, it goes in a bank and they roll over to the next month. So I think on this video I'm earning 145 quid. Great for 2.5 minutes work, but as I say, it takes 3 or 4 hours studying to get all my stories together for the day, so it's 3 or 4 hours, not 2.5 minutes. And also, I do that 3 or 4 hours a day, 7 days a week, so that's 20-25 hours to devote to this. Then I record as well. I must be doing 30 to 40 hours a week on YouTube, so it isn't a lot of money for 30 or 40 hours a week. I've not earned more than £150 a month for that 30 or 40 hours a week, so this isn't an earner. One day I hope it will be. It isn't at the moment. It's a bit of a pet love, not pet hate at the moment, as well as a little extra income. But I do it because I enjoy it. I do it because it interests me. And I've met lots of people, online that is, from it, who I like and get on with. But I noticed as I'm looking through things yesterday, the video in question has been limited. It's a limited ad in that I can get monetised, I can get paid off it, but not paid fully like I would have others, because I thought it wasn't a lot of money for the amount of views it's had. And I thought I never noticed that before. That's how thick I am, folks. I'm a technophobe. So you're allowed to appeal and say, why has this not been monetised? Because the message was saying something like, we believe it won't be to all of your advertisers' taste, thus we can pay you something, but we can't pay you full monies. So I put in an appeal yesterday, and the appeal came back within a day saying we've re-looked at the video and it is still the same. It's not to everybody's taste, so you can't be fully monetised. And I'm thinking, right, what's the problem here then? This is what I've done. I've done a video about 3 Asian brothers. They've coerced, they've groomed, they've sexually assaulted, abused and raped a number of young British girls. I think the youngest was 6 and 7. That's a fact. It's gone to the court. They've been jailed for it. They're Asian. That's a fact. I may have said Pakistani in my video. I think that is the case anyway, but I may be wrong. I think that's upset some, but I think that's a fact. Tommy Robinson was mentioned on the video because a lot of what I'm hearing tells me that he's been against Asian grooming gangs, grooming young British girls. That's a fact that he's been doing it, and it is a fact that his name was tagged in on the top, on the thumbnail, as they say. They're all facts. I don't think it's right for anyone of any colour to rape any girl, to groom any girl. I don't think it's right. Young British girls, probably young white British girls, are being groomed and ultimately raped. If white British men were doing it to Asian girls, be them Indian, Pakistani or African girls, I wouldn't think it's right. I would do videos about it. I'd be, as boisterous as I am with this video, I'd be against it. I know there's many women and girls throughout the world being treated like second-class citizens and abused. I've heard today is it about the Taliban. They've stopped all girls from going to secondary education. They can only be taught as nippers. They can't go secondary education. And I think today they put rulings in where women can't. They have a lot of female nurses in where the Taliban operate, and they also have midwives. They're stopping females from doing that now. There's no more training, so men are going to do it all, which to me seems weird, but I don't come from those countries. I think again they're being put down. They're being told what they can and can't do. I'm told they can't go out into any open spaces without a male chaperone. I don't get it, but it's their religion, although I'm not sure it's their religion. It's just the elders saying this is how we want it. We're the bosses, the women do as they're told. I don't get any of that. I don't get how any adults of any colour would want to groom and ultimately rape young girls. Colour doesn't matter to me. I don't get it. I'd say the same about everything and everybody. There's young people in this world that are being born into absolute poverty. There's young people in this world being born into slavery. There's young people in this world being born into wars. Horrendous, horrendous wars. It's all there. It's all fact. I don't get any of it. I don't ultra up with it, and I think it's awful. I really, really, really do. And I have sympathy for anybody, male or female, that are brought up under those circumstances or brought in the world under those circumstances. I really, really do. If I see a story concerning any of what I've just covered, I bring it to YouTube. That's what I do. I think it's wrong to abuse young kiddies. Colour doesn't come into it. All I've done is told the story that I've read online. To my mind, I've told the truth. Yes, Asians were involved. Yes, young white British girls were involved, as young as 6 and 7. Yes, it was 3 brothers. Yes, Tommy Robinson does try to shine a light on this. And yes, Tommy Robinson, from what I read, does try to fight for these young girls. I put it out there that this was happening, and these 3 brothers, I believe, went to court in Preston. That's it. Now, YouTube tell me that can't be fully monetised, and many advertisers won't like it. I ask this, what part of it would they not like? Is it the Tommy Robinson name? Is it that you mention Asians? Is it that you mention grooming and sexual abuse? What would they not like? It's all the truth, the truth, the truth, the truth, the truth. And it shouldn't happen, it shouldn't happen, it shouldn't happen, it shouldn't happen. Doesn't matter what colour any of the protagonists are, the males doing it or the children receiving, it shouldn't happen. What colour skin either of them are, what religions either of them are, what the faiths either of them have, it shouldn't happen. All I've done is reported it, and I don't feel bad about reporting it, and I'll keep reporting anything I see. I just can't understand how YouTube can say, and I'm not calling YouTube, I just don't get the rules, I don't get how it works, and I'm hoping somebody there that's already on YouTube that knows more than me, that's cleverer than me, can explain how it works. If I was trying to create a race war or a hate war, or I was promoting hate, I get them not monetising it fully. I get them taking the money away completely. I've got no problem with that. If I was somebody coming on here spouting hate, if I was somebody on here that was openly racist, you could see I was and I am and whatever else, I can understand me not getting paid for anything. I can understand my channel getting closed down. I really, really can. I'd have no problem with happening because I deserve it. But I'm not any of these things. I'm not trying to cause... I've got no hate in me whatsoever. I'm not at all racist. I'm not trying to start or cause anything. I'm reporting any story that I see anywhere in the media that I think is awful. Religion, race, age doesn't come into it. I report anything and everything. What part of what I've done means you earn less money? It's not a money thing, it's a principle thing more than anything else, and a thing that, not just principle, that I can't understand. I want somebody to tell me what kind of advertisers would not like that content. Are they talking Asian advertisers? Will Asian people not want to advertise on my channel or to those ads because it's calling Asian men? I don't think they would. I don't think that'd be an issue. I think the only people that would say it's content inappropriate, that wouldn't like to advertise on the back of it, would be those that would agree with what's happened. And those that would agree with what's happened to me are no better than the stuff on the bottom of my shoe. So I wouldn't want them on board anyway. Why is it content inappropriate? Can somebody tell me what the reason is? Is it what everybody's telling me? I used to think there were conspiracy theories. Now I don't, probably. Is it just about gagging anybody, especially anybody that's white, calling anybody of colour? Is that all it is? Is that what this country is? Is that what's happening now in this country? Can we not speak out if we see anything that we believe to be wrong? Because that's all I've done. But I would have done the same, as I said, and I'll say it again, and it'll happen one day, maybe in the near future, where I'll see 4 or 5 white men. I've done the same to white girls or girls of other ethnicities. I'll call that out as well, every bit as much. I don't get it. Can somebody explain it to me? What's going on here? I'd love to know, and as I say, it's not a fallout with me and YouTube, I'm not falling out with anybody. I just don't really understand it. Can somebody put me right? If YouTube watch this, if there's one of these people that watch, tell me what I've done wrong and what's wrong with that last video of mine. I'll understand it. Rather than just say we can't fully monetize because it doesn't suit everybody. Who does it not suit and why does it not suit them? Surely telling the truth about something that's happened, there's nothing wrong in telling the truth. It wasn't when I was brought up. I'm in my 60s now. I was always told to speak the truth. I'm not trying to whip anything up or get anybody against anybody, just telling the truth. Please, somebody, tell me what I've done wrong. Tell me why advertisers wouldn't like to be on the back of that video. I don't get it. Somebody let me know, please.